It's been a baptism of fire for you. You've been forced to turn on the spending taps in a way that no other Tory Chancellor has ever done before. Have you gone as far as you can to bail out the economy?
Well, good morning, Francine, and I think thank you for the introduction. I think you're absolutely right. We've done an extraordinary amount. I firmly believe that was and is the right thing to do. I'm glad that independent institutions like the Bank of England, the Office for Budget Responsibility and the IMF all have said that the situation would be far worse if we hadn't acted in the way that we had to provide support to businesses and individuals and protect jobs through this crisis. But looking forward, I think the most important thing we can do now is safely reopen our economy, and that's why the plan that the Prime Minister set out is so important, and that we should carry on delivering against that plan.
But Chancellor, what more can you do if the economy needs more support?
Well, as I said, I think the most important thing for the economy now is to reopen it and for confidence to return. Millions of people work in sectors that have been shut down, in hospitality and leisure and retail that's just opened. So the best way to protect those jobs, to support those businesses, is to have them reopen in a safe, measured way, which is what we're doing, and then for confidence to return back into the economy. What we do know is that household balance sheets, consumer deposits, consumer credit, all the numbers we have on that are relatively strong and healthy. What we don't know yet is whether people will have the confidence to get back to doing all those things. And I think that's the critical thing that we need to make sure is there to help drive the recovery. Obviously, the government can do things to help with the recovery. The Prime Minister will be making a speech later as well. I will be outlining further things in the coming weeks. But, you know, we remain very committed to some of the things we talked about in March in our budget about investing in infrastructure. Right. Those are also things that can help, and we remain very committed to those ambitions.
Chancellor, what is your priority in the next phase?
I think my next phase, as I said, is to safely reopen these parts of our economy to help drive that recovery and protect people's jobs. Obviously, there are very tragic projections for what might happen to employment. We already know that there is enormous dislocation in the labour market. I've always been clear I can't protect every job and every business despite the unprecedented action that we've taken, but my priority absolutely is to try and protect and preserve as many of those jobs as possible, help those families return to those jobs, make sure they have the security they need, and for those who lose their jobs, unfortunately, as a result of what's happening, make sure that the support is there to help them find new jobs and hopefully better jobs as quickly as possible.